Today, I want to teach you how to make luck happen. Kublai Khan, the famous Mongol general, invaded Japan around 1274 AD. He invaded with 20,000 soldiers on 500 ships, and Japan was hardly prepared for this kind of a battle on sea. Japanese soldiers were more trained in single combat. Just as the Mongols were reaching the shore, a massive storm stretching from horizon to horizon broke and tore the Mongolian fleet apart. It left no survivors. The Japanese called it as the divine wind. They called it kamikaze. 7 years later, 100,000 Mongols again attempted to attack Japan. This time, a typhoon, completely out of season, destroyed the entire fleet. Now, what would you call this? Some would call it an accident. Some would call it a miracle. Some would call it a coincidence. Some would call it luck. We could call it a synchronicity. So what is a synchronicity? And why do we call it a synchronicity? We see the universe not as blocks of matter, but as patterns of energy. When we speak of synchronicities, we see that these are meaningful, harmonious occurrences that somehow are either aligned towards our heart's intention or aligned towards the greater well-being of life. Such synchronicities have happened to people, but we think they are random occurrences. But we want them to happen to us on a consistent basis. Isn't it? Is it possible? It definitely is. We have for several years now studied and intuited the science of synchronicities. Thousands of students of the Academy today regularly manifest synchronicities, both on a massive scale and in their daily experiences, such that they feel that their life has a magical quality to it. They get in touch with the right people they were looking for and land in the right dream opportunities. They come upon the right information they were looking for, and with that information create a difference to others. They receive the right messages from the universe at the right time when they're actually questing for an answer. This takes away their inner struggle and leads them to peace. But for these things to happen, two things must happen in your consciousness. The first one is you need to experience a beautiful inner state. And the second factor that needs to happen to you is for you to experience a magnificent connection with the universal intelligence. Call it divine, call it a field, or call it God. Most people think that the universal intelligence or the divine is a massive force field, but only the mystics know, only the ones whose heart has awakened know that you can actually experience a personal connection with this massive mystic force field, with this universal intelligence. And this universal intelligence can actually relate to you. A mystic knows that this universal intelligence can be related to as a being, as a friend, as a mother, a father, a beloved, and as a grandfather. When you live in a beautiful state and connect to the universal intelligence, relate to this universal intelligence and ask, then you see events flow according to a strange sequence, like balls on a pool table, and synchronicities happen. Just as physics, math, biology, or chemistry are sciences with enormous intricate details, so too the science of consciousness is vast. It is like a vast ocean with endless shores, and it reveals itself to those who are passionate.